Alright, so I just want to go over some quick dissections that we didn't go over in that previous video. I'm going to start splitting up the dissection videos and the actual overviews of the weekly content just to make sure that they're separated so you can spend time on focusing on each individual video instead of just everything being clumped into one video. So let's start with that. So this muscle here, right? The most superior thing, the most superior muscle we can see, right? We can see iliacus, and we can see psoas major, and we can see them conjoining to form the iliopsoas. This would be iliopsoas. And we can also see tensor fasciae latae. We can see sartorius, rectus femoris. We can see here, and then vastus lateralis. You can see pectineus. We can see adductor longus here. We can see adductor brevis and magnus in the back there. And then we can also see gracilis. All right, and this would be our pubis. Our sacrum in the back, of course. All right, this other dissection here, right, this gluteal dissection. All right, we can see our gluteus maximus, right, surrounding all these muscles in the interior. Then we see our gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. Medius, all of this is medius, right? All of this is minimus. All right, so our most superficial muscle in the gluteal compartment is gluteus maximus, and then the deepest is the minimus muscle here when we're looking at these three layers. All right, we see our superior gluteal bundle. You see our inferior gluteal bundle, right? And our superior gluteal bundle is comprised of the superior gluteal artery, vein, and nerve. Superior gluteal nerve, superior gluteal artery. I don't think we can see the vein, so don't worry about that. But the only thing I would really try to memorize knowing is knowing that there's a superior gluteal artery, vein, and nerve, but just focusing on the innervation for the most part. So I know that the superior gluteal nerve innervates gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, whereas the inferior gluteal nerve is innervating gluteus maximus. Right, I can see my piriformis. All right, so piriformis is the border or the marking, letting us know that superior is the superior gluteal bundle, inferior is the inferior gluteal bundle. We have our sciatic nerve. We have our superior gemellus. We have obturator internus. We have inferior gemellus. We have quadratus femoris. Quadratus femoris, right? Inferior gemellus. And that's about everything in this dissection that we need to know. Alright, so we have this femoral inguinal dissection. So we have the sartorius here. We have the femoral vein. Right, and then we have the great saphenous vein, femoral artery, femoral nerve. Right. See pectineus over here. Right, this would be iliopsoas, but it's not quite shown to identify here. So this would be iliopsoas. See the fascia latae, but we don't see the tensor fascia latae, so don't worry about that in this dissection, but it would be in this general region. this one in the posterior compartment. This looks a little complicated at first when you look at it, but just know this is medial, this is lateral. So medial, right, so medial is on this side, lateral is on this side. So our IT band is here, our fascia latae is up here, right? So IT band and the fascia latae are the same thing. We have our vastus lateralis, right? This leg has kind of been split out, so you're seeing multiple compartments, right? Multiple muscles in different compartments in the posterior, just looking at it from the posterior, right? All right, but our IT band should be pulled more medial here, so our vastus lateralis could be seen as it would be in our anterior compartment, right? But this is our vastus lateralis. This is our IT band. All right, biceps femoris. This is our long head. We can't see the short head. We see adductor magnus here. Right, we can see the popliteal vein and artery. All right, so once the popliteal artery and the popliteal vein come through the adductor hiatus, right? So they branch from the femoral artery and vein, right? So they're a continuation of the femoral artery and vein. And once the femoral artery and vein come through the adductor hiatus, they become popliteal vein and popliteal artery. We can also see semitendinosus, right? Look at this tendon here, right? It's very tendinous. That's why I know it's semitendinosus. So that's why I know this is semitendinosus. Right, this muscle here, semitendinosus. This muscle is semimembranosus, right? I can know that because I can see that it's the most medial muscle. So semimembranosus, medial. Semitendinosus has this tendon here that we can see that's very different from the tendon for semimembranosus, right? So I could also see gracilis, right? So that would be really the most of the muscles that you need to know in this posterior dissection. And I can also see quadratus femoris up here, sciatic nerve again, and gluteus maximus. But that's about it for this gluteal dissection.